All right, guys, so now I'm going to give you a couple challenges. And if you don't get the challenges, don't worry about it. I'm not that great at doing challenges where I can't use resources and stuff like that either. A lot of developers aren't. So don't take it to heart if you can't do it on your own. Now, the first one I think is pretty easy. I think a lot of you will get it. So basically, I just want you to create an array that has numbers 1 through 5, and then I want you to mutate that array using some of the methods that we've talked about and turn it into this, which is 6 through 0. All right, so there's just a couple methods that you can use. I'm not going to give you any hints because this one's pretty easy. I'd encourage you to try to remember the methods rather than go back and look, but if you have to look, that's fine too. And then the second challenge is to combine or concatenate array 1 and array 2, but have the result not have the extra 5, because if you just concatenate these two, you're going to have 1 through 5, and then you have another 5 through 10. So I want you to concatenate, but then take out the extra 5. And as a hint, there's many ways to do this, but you can think of the concat method or the spread operator, as well as the slice or splice methods. And I'm going to give you two solutions. All right, so pause the video now if you're going to try this out, and then just come back. All right, so let's go ahead and do challenge 1. So we're going to have an array with just 1 through 5. Oops, array equals. And then the result that we want to get is going to be an array that is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So that's what we want the result to be. So let's console log array. Now, there's a couple methods that we need to use to achieve this. Hopefully, you could remember them and not have to look back. But if you did have to look back, that's absolutely fine. But we're going to take the array, and there's a couple ways we can do this, and there's a couple different orders we can do this in. So we could reverse it. We know that this is counting backwards. So let's say we want to reverse the array. If I save that, then we get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we want to have a 0 on the end, so we could take the array and then we could push onto it a 0. If I save that, now we have 5 through 0. And then to add on to the beginning, we can use unshift, and we can add on to the beginning a 6. And that's it. So pretty simple. Now you could have did it in a different order, like you could have, let's save that. You could have first did the push. So we could push a 6 on. If I save that, we get 1 through 6. And then you could do the unshift, which pushes on to the beginning. So you could put your 0. And then you could do your reverse, like that. Okay, now you're not going to be able to chain these because, like push, what that returns is it just returns the number you push onto it. So if I try to do this, some of you might have tried this. That's not going to work. It says unshift is not a function, and the reason is because this actually returns a number, or it should. Let me just show you. If I were to set, let's say I'm not going to keep this, but just to show you what this actually returns. Yeah, it returns the number 6. So you can't chain those methods. All right, so that is my solution. If you had a different solution and it worked, then that's fine. But let's do challenge 2. So we'll go ahead and say challenge 2. And this is going to be to concatenate these two arrays. Let's say array 1, and that's going to be 1 through 5, and then const array 2 is going to be 5 through 10. And then what you needed to do is concatenate these two arrays, but they both have 5, so you need to get rid of that 5. And I'm going to give you two different solutions, and each one is in kind of the opposite order. So let's say solution 1, and I'm going to create a new array called array 3. And take array 1, and basically what I'm going to do is slice that not slice the 5 out, but slice these, the ones that I want, out and put that into array 3. So if I say dot slice, and remember, slice takes in the start index, which I want to start at the beginning because I want 1 through 4. And then I'm going to put in 4 as the end. If I save that, whoops, we need to log this out. Array 3. If I save that, now I have 1 through 4 in this array 3. So now what I need to do is basically just add the rest of this on, right? Because I have 1 through 4. So I'm going to do that by chaining on concat, and I'm going to concat array 2. And if I save that, now I have 1 through 10, and there's no double 5s. So that's the first solution. The second solution is kind of the opposite way around. First, I'm going to concatenate it. So I'm going to say const array 4, and we're going to use the spread operator here. So let's spread across array 1 values, and let's spread across array 2 values. And if I were to console log array 4, you'll see I'll get 1 through 10, but I have my double 5s here, which I don't want. So then what I'll do is use splice. So I'll take array 4 and then splice, and I just want to take out one of those 5s. So I'm going to start at the 4 index, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here, and I only want to take out 1, which is that one. So I'm going to put 1 as a second argument. And then if I console log array 4, you'll see I have 1 through 10, and now that 5 is gone. So two different approaches. They both use different methods, but they have the same result. And you'll see a lot of that in not only JavaScript, but all programming. All right, so that's it. In the next video, we're going to look at object literals.